Joining us now on the phone is Mr. Greg Lambrecht. Greg is the CEO of Singlepoint Incorporated. Their stock symbol's SING. Welcome back to the show, Greg.
Oh, thanks for having me, Don.
Well, we've been talking with you at length for the last several weeks about your movement into the fantasy sports sector, that industry. Any progress to report?
Yes, there is. I'm very excited about what's happened here. Our plan, of course, is to do a roll-up of some of these fantasy sports companies. Most of them, all of them, are private. So we would be the first public company that the average investor can invest in. So we've been on the phone all week talking to 4 or 5 candidates. We've sent them LOIs. We've got a couple of verbal agreements, and we're meeting with them in person at the Fantasy Sports Trade Show in Dallas next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm expecting to announce some acquisitions at that time.
Well, this is an outstanding development because we've been talking about this for a few weeks, but now you've actually sent out letters of intent. And to just reiterate what you said, you have some verbal commitments. So you're basically now ready to move into acquisition phase.
Absolutely.
So what do you think, what is it about what you folks are doing that makes you attractive as an acquirer of a fantasy sports company, Greg?
Well, I mean, the main thing is that, we're acquiring some of their companies, so we're issuing them, cash and stock. So, everybody wants financing, but the other thing that they're excited about is they're going to be a part of a public company, and, they have the opportunity to do extremely well as our stock does extremely well. So they see that benefit, and that's one of the reasons why they're doing business with us.
Now, of course, fantasy sports is a huge industry. So, of course, from a public company standpoint, obviously you're looking at these revenues and probably doing a little bit of salivating, aren't you?
Well, absolutely, and it's growing so fast, and it's been proven that fantasy sports players are not, they don't stick with one company. For example, they don't just play FanDuel or DraftKings. They play 4 or 5 different companies at one time. So some of the smaller ones that don't have the recognition of FanDuel or DraftKings are going to be substantial players in the future.
Once again, Singlepoint Incorporated, SING. Greg, we look forward to those announcements from you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Okay. Next week we should be having some exciting news coming.
Sounds good. Take care.